It's still happening. It's still going on.
Oh, he's gay. Oh, yeah, see, straight guys don't say that.
Sexuals, get ready for your superhero. Gay news, this is huge. Marvel Studios is about to get a whole lot gayer because Ryan Reynolds is begging the president of Marvel to finally have Deadpool come out in the third movie as bi. Where's my clear phone?
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have long entertained fans with their legendary feud, characterized by playful banter and lighthearted jabs. However, recent developments suggest that beneath this friendly facade lies a much darker reality, one that involves a lawsuit, a former friend's betrayal, and deeply personal secrets threatening to surface. Once thought to be untouchable, Ryan Reynolds now finds himself at the center of a scandal involving defamation, extortion, and questions about his true identity. But how did we get here? In my opinion, Ryan Reynolds is plausibly the most culpable party in this entire situation. For years, he has crafted a public image as the witty, lovable, and effortlessly charming Hollywood star. Whether he's cracking jokes on social media, playfully roasting his wife Blake Lively, or engaging in his long-running feud with Hugh Jackman, Reynolds has always seemed like a man who could do no wrong. Yet, beneath that smooth-talking, funny exterior, a much darker story is unfolding, one that threatens to shatter his carefully curated reputation. The trouble began when actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni filed a shocking lawsuit against Reynolds, alleging defamation, extortion, and interference with contractual relations. According to sources, Hugh Jackman has witnessed multiple instances of Reynolds' bullying and domineering behavior. Allegedly, he observed Reynolds taking control of movie sets, silencing co-stars, and even booting people off projects who didn't cater to his oversized ego. Yet, despite these troubling observations, Jackman remained silent. Why? Some speculate he feared damaging his own career or rocking the boat in Hollywood, while others believe he felt trapped in the bromance narrative, protecting Reynolds even when it became uncomfortable.
Ryan, I would say, in my opinion, is plausibly the most guilty party of this entire thing, okay? He has just been...
With the lawsuit now thrusting Jackman into the public eye, he may no longer have the luxury of silence. The real question is, will Hugh Jackman finally break his silence and expose the truth? If reports are accurate, Jackman could soon face the ultimate career crossroads: stay loyal to Reynolds and risk perjury, or tell the truth and betray the man he once considered a close friend. If Jackman chooses to testify against Reynolds, it could be catastrophic. Reynolds' entire persona, the charming, self-deprecating everyman, would shatter. But if Jackman, one of Hollywood's most respected actors, steps forward with accounts of manipulation, bullying, and abuse, Reynolds' carefully crafted image could collapse in an instant. Should Hugh Jackman choose to speak out, it could trigger a massive shift in Hollywood. Actors and crew members who have remained silent for years might finally find the courage to share their own stories. More lawsuits could follow, along with confessions and revelations. Suddenly, Ryan Reynolds, who built his career on making people laugh, could find himself at the heart of one of Hollywood's most explosive scandals. If the truth comes out, Reynolds won't just lose Jackman's friendship, he could lose everything. The accusations against Reynolds don't end there. Reports claim he pushed Hugh Jackman into a humiliating promotional stunt that mocked Baldoni in front of millions. What was once seen as playful fun is now under intense scrutiny. Was Jackman a willing participant, or was he yet another pawn in Reynolds' game of manipulation and control? Reynolds' portrayal of Deadpool wasn't just satire, it was a strategic masterstroke that turned the courtroom into a battlefield of perception. The character, a razor-sharp parody of toxic masculinity, took jabs at feminist issues, body image, and consent. Ironically, the very themes tied to the allegations against Baldoni. Baldoni's legal team was quick to pounce, claiming Reynolds had deliberately blurred the line between Hollywood fantasy and cold hard reality by wrapping the controversy in the humor and chaos of Deadpool's universe. They argued that Reynolds had cleverly shifted the focus, making Baldoni look like the villain in a script he never agreed to. The fact that Reynolds got away with mocking Baldoni in plain sight, without apology, only strengthened Baldoni's case, leaving the public to wonder, was this satire or revenge served with a side of popcorn? Fans were led to believe that Jackman and Reynolds' bromance was genuine, two A-list stars with a fun, playful friendship. But behind the scenes, things weren't as rosy. Baldoni's lawsuit unveiled a much darker truth. Reynolds allegedly used his celebrity influence to destroy anyone who challenged him or didn't fall in line with his agenda. The accusation that Reynolds deliberately sabotaged Baldoni's career adds a whole new layer of complexity to his nice guy persona. What's even more shocking is the role Hugh Jackman may have played in all of this. Was he genuinely on board with a scandalous stunt mocking Baldoni? Or was he manipulated into participating?
Ryan, I would say, in my opinion, is plausibly the most guilty party of this entire thing, okay? He has just been...
As Jackman faces possible deposition in the lawsuit, the public is beginning to question whether his role in Reynolds' world was as voluntary as it appeared. Was he simply a victim of circumstance, forced to go along with Reynolds' increasingly troubling antics? The relationship between Reynolds and Jackman, once seen as a friendly rivalry, may have been built on much darker foundations. At its core, the Justin Baldoni lawsuit exposes a chilling abuse of power. Allegedly, Reynolds used his influence to silence critics, ruin the careers of those who crossed him, and manipulate those around him. This isn't your typical Hollywood rivalry. It's the story of a man who will stop at nothing to protect his reputation and control over the industry. As Baldoni's legal action shines a light on Reynolds' dark side, it's clear this is not just a professional dispute, it's a ruthless game of power, manipulation, and career destruction. Reynolds' reputation is on the line. His public image as the charming, likable leading man is crumbling, with more individuals coming forward with disturbing stories of his vindictive behavior. Now, with Jackman potentially set to reveal his role in these unsettling incidents, Reynolds' perfectly constructed persona might just be the final casualty in his relentless pursuit of dominance. One of the most telling moments in this legal battle came when Blake Lively's legal team made a desperate attempt to keep certain documents sealed under attorney-client privilege. The motion aimed to prevent specific details from becoming public. Details that, if revealed, could send shockwaves through Hollywood and completely upend Reynolds' and Lively's public personas. The issue of sealed evidence has become a critical focal point in the case, as both legal teams battle over which documents should remain private.
Sexuals, get ready for your superhero. Gay news, this is huge! Marvel Studios is about to get a whole lot gayer because Ryan Reynolds is begging the president of Marvel to finally have Deadpool come out in the third movie as bi. Where's my clear phone?
Lively's team is pushing for certain evidence to stay sealed, arguing that releasing such information could harm their case and damage their client's reputation. Furthermore, the sealed evidence, which reportedly includes private communications and recordings, is rumored to be vital to Lively's accusations. According to some reports, this evidence could potentially offer a more nuanced view of the interactions between the two stars during the filming of their recent project, adding weight to the harassment allegations. Lively's team claims that these sealed documents could paint a different picture of Baldoni, one that might make it harder for him to maintain the narrative he has been promoting in the media. However, the legal system's decisions on whether to unseal or protect these documents are not straightforward. Legal analysts have argued that keeping such sensitive information sealed is necessary to ensure a fair trial. However, This also means that the public remains in the dark about what exactly is contained in those sealed files, creating room for even more speculation, suspicion, and sensationalism. But the judge wasn't buying it. The motion was denied, at least in part, meaning that sensitive information may soon be available for public scrutiny.
It's still happening. It's still going on.
Whether it's personal, professional, or both, the Hugh Jackman we thought we knew may be shedding his past, and Ryan Reynolds may not be a part of his future. The timing of his sudden public...
If the whispers are true, those documents could contain some of the most damning revelations yet. The real question is, who wanted these messages out in the open? Some believe it was a direct hit from Baldoni's camp, an attempt to destroy Reynolds before the lawsuit even reaches trial. Others suspect Hugh Jackman, whose sudden shift from Reynolds' closest friend to reluctant opponent has raised eyebrows. Then there's the most unsettling theory, that this leak came from someone inside Reynolds' circle. Someone who knew exactly how damaging these texts would be. Regardless of who's responsible, the damage is done. The scandal is no longer just about a lawsuit or a bitter Hollywood rivalry. It's about whether Reynolds has been living a lie in front of the entire world. If the truth is as damning as some suspect, Reynolds may not be the only one to fall. This could be the reckoning that shakes Hollywood to its core. If Jackman truly exposes the embarrassing truths from Reynolds' past, the fallout could be explosive. Will Reynolds fight back to protect his reputation? Or is this the beginning of an unraveling that no amount of damage control can fix? One thing is certain: Hollywood is watching, and the truth won't stay buried forever.